It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways.
Josh Lambo.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a 5th-round pick in the 2019 draft out of North Dakota State. It's Easton Stick.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Stick. And the pressure gets to him again. But someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They're going to go play action now with Stick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
For Justin Jefferson. Incomplete.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A handoff to Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
3rd down is a key down in any game you play, and 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Stick from the gun. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Out to his left. He'll try and run it. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
A pickup of 18 yards. It's now.
It looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. And that'll set him back 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. A shotgun throw for Stick. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd and 14. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
The ball carrier brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
On 3rd down, it's Stick. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
first down. Here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Taken down at the 40.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 11 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And that is incomplete. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
It's 3rd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On the run, it's Fournette. About 3 yards there to the 27. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
And that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Nothing.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it.
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now Stick. That will be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
37 yards on the punt with no return.
The Jaguars take over.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. Not nearly picked. 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 3, Vikings nothing.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 12-yard
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
See if he can do just that. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's second and 7 now from the 28-yard
line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Off play action, it's Stick. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Vikings on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Third down and
Stick looks to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down.
Taken down and sacked.
And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his man in the crossing route. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Fournette. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a first and 10 at the 17. They run the counter. Clinton. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up second.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning. Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Cook, the ball carrier. Tackle made at his 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and...
On 2nd down, Cook.
That's good for a Minnesota Vikings.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Stick looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stick. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. They run again on 1st down. Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The quarterback sacked.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Stick back to pass. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Jags football again. DJ Chark ready to rock and roll. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that. Charles, defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him?
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now the throw taken in by Chark. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
1st down, Jacksonville.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
13, Vikings nothing.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Steps away to his left. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
He was defended.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
The Vikings.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in, because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
1st and 10, Stick. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. The Titans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. It takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Now back to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
16 yards, a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. That one complete to Hill. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
Gain of
12 yards there as they move the chains. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The tackle made by Michael Pierce. It's a gain of a yard.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game.
Vikings nothing.
So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Stick from the gun. Going right side here, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. This one brought in by Jefferson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stick into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
So that one will be accepted. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. A shotgun throw for Stick. Forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's A.J. Cole now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 30.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And you know, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staff.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
The ball carrier.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive lineman.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Lambo on for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now stick. And it's incomplete. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Covered by C.J. Henderson.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And he caught it up. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Complete. Fumble on the play.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
A shotgun give to Fournette. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up. That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The score, Jaguars 33, Vikings nothing.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved though if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. 42 yards. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. So the middle, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Stick, 3rd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sacked. A fumble on the play.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
20-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. NFL on EA Sports. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. A pass underneath for Fournette. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Fournette.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Wide open receiver complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Fournette, a first down carry. And a good burst there. Gets him 7 up to midfield.
Leonard Fournette, the ball.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Tackle made.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gain of 12. First down, Jaguars.
Now Leonard Fournette.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Come on, you serious, dog?
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
On the carry. Sean Dion Hamilton on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 30.
On 2nd down now, Clinton. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he is going to have a Jags first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Down right around the 25.
Leonard Fournette.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and...
Again, it's Fournette. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards there, first down.
14-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, That's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lambo will put this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
36, Vikings nothing.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
The quarterback takes
Miles Jack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stick. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Williams on the coverage.
Here's Stick looking to throw. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. They begin with a run by Fournette. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
The ball carrier.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Leonard Fournette on the
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36.
Gain of 13 yards.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. On the run, it's Fournette. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
For Jacksonville.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
That is caught at the 7. And the Jags are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And the Jaguars are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Shy of the goal line. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Josh Lambo.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. First and 10, Stick. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
To number 80. It's a pickup.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
27-yard line.
And it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Stick back to pass. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Joe Schobert in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. But certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. Now Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down right.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the play. 2nd and 10. At the 30-yard line.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Jags, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.